What's up, guys? How you doing? What a day I've had. A lot of traveling. Um, in this video, I want to talk about busyness and perfectionism and how these both are a distraction for many people, or they're used as coping mechanisms as a distraction to ignore or bypass your emotional field. Why are these two things so popular? Why are so many people so worried about getting things perfect or having them look a certain way? Or why are people so obsessed with productivity in our world today and getting things done and getting things done quickly? There never seems to be much fulfillment after the list is done, right? After your busyness is over, you tend to go to bed and wake up and do it all over again. Or a lot of people do that in their lives currently. So again, it's not so much about getting things done as you make it seem or mean. It's not so much about that you actually want things done perfect or that you're a perfectionist. A lot of people try and use willpower to stop working so hard or to stop trying to make everything perfect and to try and stop being a perfectionist. But the easier way to go about resolving these things, which is just another word for healing these things, is to go into the emotions that you're distracting yourself from by being a perfectionist, by being in a constant state of busyness, business. Because when you do that and you go into these uncomfortable emotional states, whether it's anger, frustration, annoyance, deep hurt, deep pain, deep sadness, deep fear, whatever it happens to be, and you start feeling those emotions, what you'll realize is you start to slow down and you start to see that it was never really about the thing that you're trying to perfect in the first place. It's never really about getting things done in the first place. You've just been using those things to distance yourself, to run away from what's coming up in your emotional field, what's coming up to be felt, to be cleared from your body. A lot of people spend many years in resistance by continually being busy, by continually rushing. That can go hand in hand with busyness, by trying to be a perfectionist, by trying to make everything a certain way and making sure they're controlling every single thing in their life to have it be a certain way, because if it's not that way, then they're gonna have to do it again and it's just not gonna work. Again, it puts the focus on something else. It puts the focus on something external. It creates this illusory world for this person. And many people don't even know that they're running away from their pain by doing this, but a lot of people are. Just because something is subconscious, just because you don't know that you don't know, doesn't mean that it's not happening in real time. So I'm going to be doing a lot of videos on this because it's super important. Feel what wants to come up. Feel and breathe, and you do this by breathing into it. Instead of bulldozing your feelings and your frustrations, you stop and you breathe. And you ask yourself, what am I really feeling right now? Why? If this isn't about rushing, if this isn't about busyness, if this isn't about perfectionist, if this isn't about getting something done, if it's not about doing something perfect, what is this actually about? What is all this efforting about? And you'll get your answer there. And the thing is, when you start going into these feeling states and feeling these very uncomfortable, very heavy, very dense emotions, and clearing them, whether it's through crying or through however you exhaling out, or however it is, it comes in many ways of having these emotions move through you through movement. When they start coming up and you start feeling them and releasing them by feeling them, life gets easier. Life gets a lot fucking easier. It gets more joyful. Abundance comes to your field more. Health comes into your field more. Relationships that can see you and hear you and that are more authentic come into your field more, because you're being more authentic with yourself, with your true feeling state. You're not being inauthentic with how you feel anymore, and you start expressing yourself so much more, because you're literally allowing yourself to express your emotions and not deny, suppress, or disown them anymore. So I hope this helps. We are moving out of the dark age of emotions. We are coming back into our emotional bodies. We are coming back into the fullness of what it means to be a human being. We no longer have to be these robot humans that a lot of us have been programmed to be, to just do from the next thing to the next thing to the next thing, with no emotion, with no soul, with no enjoyment of that process, with no enjoyment of that doing. Because that's a dead human being. That there's no life in that. And a lot of people are operating their lives like that right now. And again, a lot of them didn't learn any better, but many of us are here to reclaim that humanness, to reclaim the fullness of that humanness, which is fully feeling your emotions. And again, when you fully do that and allow yourself to feel whatever you're feeling and not make it wrong, because a lot of us grew up where our emotions were made wrong, where sadness was made, oh, you can't be sad, you can't feel lonely, you can't be angry at me, you stop being angry at me, that's not right, that's not nice. When you start allowing yourself to feel however you feel, life's going to get a lot better for you. And we're moving into a space now, especially in 2021, in this entire decade, where people are going to be in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. And you could be watching this video and already have gone through a lot of that awakening pain, which is great. But a lot of the human, and perhaps you're going to be helping assist people through what's about to come in the next 10 years and beyond. But the more you can do this for yourself, the more that you can do this for others, and again, the better your life gets. It's not about trying to get to a happy state forever, because that's not what that's not what the human existence is. It's about expansion. With expansion, you'll reach levels of elated, heightened joy states, but you'll also drop back down to less comfortable feeling states. But it's all part of the cycle of expansion. Okay, I'm moving into other video territory, but again, let me bring it back to, if you're feeling like you need to be a perfectionist, or that you're rushing, or that you're constantly doing, and your life is revolved around busyness, ask yourself, what is this really about? What is this really about? And the peace that you want in getting it perfect, the peace that you want that you think will come from getting it all done, from rushing, that peace will only come when you look at the emotions that are underneath that you're distracting yourself from through busyness, rush, and through perfectionism. I love you guys.